Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Come learn with me. So for today's video, as you can always tell from the title, we're going to be talking about my New Year's resolution in April. My new month's resolution is April, and my long-term, short-term, either way you want to call it, goal, which is to be able to hold a conversation in Spanish, but this time next year. So today's the 1st of April. So happy April, everyone! And so it's a new month, new beginnings, new start, a fresh start. So I thought, what better way to start off this new month than to kick off my Spanish learning series, which is really not a series at all because I technically won't be uploading any videos of me personally learning Spanish, but I might, I just might. So for the rest of this video, I'm pretty much going to be talking about why I'm learning Spanish. So about a year ago, I decided, about a year and a half ago, I moved to the great old Pennsylvania. And I was like, okay, I met some Spanish speaking people. And, before I moved in, my friend was learning Spanish. And I was kind of, jealous. I had a friend in my class who spoke Spanish. And, I was like, I want to be able to speak Spanish too. Just for the fun of it. Because it's like every time you meet someone who doesn't speak English, every time I meet someone who doesn't speak, I get excited. I'm like, oh my goodness, what do you speak? I want to learn it too. It's like, I want to learn it so I can speak with them. So it's like, they don't have to learn English. Anyways, I get excited whenever I hear someone who doesn't speak English speak. Especially if they don't speak the language I speak. So then I'm always like, damn, I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to say. So anyways, about a year ago, a year and a half ago, I moved in. And then, I met some Spanish-speaking natives. Now, before that, I didn't really know anybody who was a native Spanish speaker. They were rather learning Spanish, or they were the Spanish teacher who had learned Spanish. So then I decided, what? Why not learn Spanish? At that time though, about a year ago, I was so obsessed with the French phrase. Everybody wants to learn French. If you don't want to learn French, I don't know. You must really have a problem against France. But everybody wants to learn French. So I was one of those people who want to learn French. And but it's funny that I want to learn French, but I wasn't really surrounded by any French-speaking people. Sure, I had a few, I knew a few people. Actually, no, not a few. I knew a whole lot of people who spoke French, but I never saw them from the day-to-day basis. I saw them for 2 months straight, every day, and then I won't see them again until December. And it's that would necessarily, for me, I wanted to learn to speak French. It's because I would be able to communicate with them. So it's and not only because if I learned French at school, then I went and spoke to them in French. And then therefore it's I made myself. I was able to pick up how to speak like a native. I was able to pick up all those slangs and how to properly speak a language like a native, not like a textbook. So I was like, okay, let me learn French. But then I realized I don't see those people from on a day-to-day basis. And when you don't use the language, just like anything else, whatever skills you learn and you don't use it, you lose it. And I didn't want to work so hard to learn French only to lose it. So I decided, and I was like, okay. I was still gonna learn French, and I'm still gonna learn French in the future, but I'm gonna focus on learning it when I'm surrounded by people who speak French, or if I have any intention of going to France or a French-speaking country. Because at the end of the day, it's what's the point of learning a language if you're not gonna use it? So then I moved and I was like, okay, what's a language that I can use now? that I can become completely fluent in a short amount of time and be able to speak it like a native. And I was like, and then I was looking around and I was like, boom, Spanish. My school offered Spanish classes, which is funny because they don't offer them anymore. You know, as soon as I started learning Spanish, I decided, you know what, we're not going to offer Spanish classes anymore. I have friends who are native Spanish speakers and they speak Spanish on a day-to-day basis. So I'm able to hear them speak and I'm able to pick up their dialects because they're all from like different regions. They're like from Latin America or South America, and they have a different, like, you know, the accent and, you know, the pronunciations and so forth. Then I'm able to pick up and dissect the language even more than I would be able in a classroom. And then it's like learning it on my own not only gives me the advantage because it's like I can go at my own pace. So I decide how much input and I'm gonna put in and how much output I'm gonna get. And then having those friends who speak that language is going to help me because, well, I can communicate to them in Spanish and they can correct my accent and they can correct my pronunciation and they can correct my grammar and so forth. So therefore it's like I'll be able to be fluent in no time. So I decided, you know, since it's April, I'm going to officially kickstart this goal, which is to be fluent. Like, when I say fluent, I don't mean like to be like a master in Spanish. I mean to be able to hold a conversation and think in Spanish by April next year. So, you know, it's gonna be hard, but for me, I'm just gonna think of it this way. When you go to school, you know, when you were in first grade and, you know, you were learning how to spell and, you know, write your name, it surprises you how much you can learn in a year. And if I just put in enough input, I'll get a lot of output. So yeah, and that's my goal. So that's why I decided to learn Spanish. So if you have any, you know, suggestion, like always, if you have any apps or any website that would be a really good, like, you know, to help me learn Spanish, you know, comment them down below, and, you know, just let me know. Or if you're learning Spanish and you want to learn together, you know, just let me know. And as always, if you want to hear more from me, please be sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to motivate me, to motivate you, to motivate, well, me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.